This is Joyce, a knolting dealer in Avon, New York. I'm working with IntelliQuilter today on my Knolting Pro, and the question has come up numerous times on how to realign, because one of the things that happens is the pattern seems to creep to the right-hand side when you realign, and there's a reason for that. And in this little short video, I'm going to show you my technique for realigning that keeps my pattern going up and down straight the way that I want it to, with patterns repeating over top of each other and the repeat the way it should be. So you first have to pick a point that you're going to realign to. So I don't use the auto realign feature. I actually pick a point on the quilt. And the point on this particular pattern that I'm going to use is the star in the previous row. So I've already advanced my quilt, and I'll bring my machine over here. I have my screen at full, and this row right here is the one that I just completed. I'm going to zoom in on the point that I want to realign to, and it's the star right there. So you have to tap on the spot that you actually want to zoom in on to zoom up that point. And you need to go in quite large. Bring this up to a very large size so that you make sure that you get your realigning bullseye on that point. So once I'm big enough, I take my zoom off, and I've already selected realign. I'm going to tap on that point, make sure that it's on the point, and then I'm going to tap on continue. Now it says move the needle to the location that I've tapped right here. So that's that star point right there. So we'll look down at that. So I have my needle right over the corner of that star point, and I have my laser light on, so I know that it's right on that point of that star. Now on the screen you will notice that the two don't line up. Where my needle is along this line right here, but the star point is over there. So to compensate for the fabric draw that is going on as it squinches up as it goes across the quilt and shrinks it up a little bit, what I do is at this point, instead of just tapping OK, which would actually put that star point over here and move that pattern across, I'm going to move my machine over like this until that vertical line is over top of my bullseye right there. So it's over top of the bullseye. Now if we look down again into here, you will notice that there's probably a good 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, between that star point. By going at this angle, you can see the star point, and my red dot for the laser light. My red dot for the laser light is to the left of that. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to align it at that point right there so that my vertical line is now over that bullseye. And once it is, now I'm ready to tap OK. And it's going to move to my start point, which is consistent with the rest of my start points for this pattern, off about a 1/2 inch outside the edge of my quilt. Now I always use a 0 center tape so that I make sure that my quilt is running true, and I know my measurement is laid out at the center point, and on this quilt I'm 33.5 inches out on both sides of center. So I know my quilt is running straight here, and the goal is to make sure that my start point is off the edge at the same amount every single time. And by realigning with this method, I keep that pattern running the way that it should be, and it's not constantly creeping off to the right with every row. So that's my method for realigning. I found it to be a very accurate method for doing that. And if you have IntelliQuilter, I hope you give it a try. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day sewing and quilting.